Okay, that was all part of the script.
It would seem as though you have been killed.
Wait a minute, what?
But why were you killed? Why did you have to die? Do you remember? It seems you forgot an important fact while your consciousness was hazy. Indeed, your death was a necessity for your escape from certain doom.
Okay.
What a tremendous plan. How might you be capable of executing such a feat? Well then, let us rouse the memories which are missing.
There's got to be some sort of metaverse fuckery we're doing around here. The first time I sensed something was off. That's right, it was during the school festival.
Hey, they're going. You
Yeah.
realized it too then.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was our conversation about pancakes, right?
Yes, exactly. I knew it!
There's no way he could have reacted like that if he hadn't heard me.
Which meant that he was able to traverse the metaverse.
Probably. It was your social studies trip. We met him in the hallway of that TV station.
Yep.
There's no way that this is the first time he's heard my voice.
Yep.
This whole deal feels sketchy.
Incredibly so. Let's look into some
Yeah.
shit.
That was my plan too. Okay, let's get everyone on the same page right away. There's something else we want you to look into.
Akechi's ties to the... I don't know.
One more person has been on our mind. If it's possible, I want to eavesdrop on their phone conversation. That'll be tough.
You can do it, Futaba.
I agree.
You're the legendary Alibaba of Medjed.
I'd have to plant a bug directly on the phone. So it's impossible even for you.
Not impossible.
I didn't say it was impossible. Okay, I've got a plan.
Hell yeah, you do. What?
That's perfect.
I don't get to hear? Keeping a secret?
Don't worry, I'll tell you the details later.
Yes, sir. Futaba's gonna do something. I wonder if it'll be
This
okay.
is gonna be fun. I can't wait.
This is exciting.
I see. So we're going to use this place.
What?
It'll be a gamble. I think it's gonna work. You can't tell a thing.
Hold on, what?
It seems you finally remember.
I think they did set
This
up
game is
a
not
metaverse
over
shadow
yet.
thing. I knew this wasn't gonna be only
There
6
are
months.
still things that must be done.
Oh yeah, there are. My memories are starting to become clearer. That's right. This is what really happened to me at that moment. Hey, guess what? You just got played. Oh! Hell yeah, I'm gonna save, except now I gotta save somewhere else. That's the backup save for if I wasn't high enough level to deal with the palace. So, you know, let's just put it there then. No, let's go ahead and wrap around for now. Oh boy. I may have to cut this up into multiple episodes. We'll find out later. I am too into this to stop now. We'll finally have peace. But we're the end for a villain. I heard they arrested one of the Phantom Thieves. No way! I didn't expect him to commit suicide. He's a murderer. He deserved to die. We can finally breathe easy now. He killed himself, huh? I guess we'll never know his motivation. So the whole world thinks I'm dead. I'm exhausted. Feels like my consciousness is about to fade away.
Hey, are you alright?
No, I'm not.
Fall asleep until we reach our destination.
Oh, but I'm tired. Could this be the effect of the drug wearing off? The memories I thought were gone are starting to come back. Noah Ketchy.
Are you listening?
What were we talking about? I was
You
associating.
weren't paying attention? Well, I guess I can see how you'd be lost in thought right now. Anyway, we need to talk about how to get out of this situation.
Futaga's monitoring of Akechi's phone has confirmed it. He did indeed have an ulterior motive.
Shocking.
It's on a completely different level than just that.
Not only was he trying to frame us, but he was the true culprit behind the mental shutdowns.
Shocking! Bro, I knew it. From the moment I saw him stanced up at that arcade cabinet, I knew it.
His offer to assist us was simply a ploy to frame the Phantom Thieves and kill him.
Yep.
If we go into Sis's palace as he suggests, we'll likely be met by a large ambush of police forces.
Although, to be fair to him, I thought he was going to try to kill Sai, not me, but I guess Sai is still a useful tool to them.
To think he would be this far gone. I know now what it means to feel a chill down my spine.
Do you think he's got a palace we can
Furthermore,
infiltrate?
he wishes to bring a police squad from reality into the palace.
Oh! How the
The
fuck?
8 of us can enter at once. It's not inconceivable to think a larger group is possible. He may even be able to bring in vehicles or other special pieces of equipment.
But how? Do they have some special, gate they use?
So, this really was just a setup to shift the blame onto us.
Yep.
He made us go after Okumura. Then once we triggered the change of heart, he killed him.
Yep.
And he told us he had seen the true culprit, but it was him the entire time.
The whole time he was working with Makoto's sister, he was really just some homicidal maniac.
Turns out.
Come on, we gotta take that bastard Akechi down. Isn't that recording we got enough proof to do it?
God, no.
No, Akechi is merely a tool. His orders come from elsewhere. The grand mastermind behind this all. An unimaginable fiend capable of arranging the murder of a suspect inside of a police station.
Unless we find out who that is, we will continue being targeted even if we defeat Akechi.
Yep.
But what means do we have of learning his identity?
The phone call?
We'll have to make Akechi say it. Though once we do, that mastermind will likely eliminate us.
I think that will be the case eventually, regardless of whether or not we learn his identity.
Yeah.
The only reason it hasn't happened yet is because we're an easy target to blame for his crimes. If he realizes that's no longer possible and abandons that plan, he may opt to kill us immediately.
He's got your head on. Got your head on straight today.
So we don't got a choice but to go with that bastard's suggestion.
For now.
But if we go into the palace like we're told, he'll get arrested, and then Akechi will kill him.
And?
Palace. The palace.
Her brain just wrinkled.
Actually, there's something I'd like to say regarding...
Aha! We can use the palace to our advantage!
What's this all of a sudden?
There's a way. A way to get past Akechi and get the mastermind to lay off of us, all while learning his identity.
Really?
You gotta be kidding me.
Futaba doesn't do jokes.
If he wants to kill the guy, why not let him?
Finally!
That is, inside of a palace.
Yes, we could have him kill the cognitive version, all the while believing he killed the
Hell
real one.
yeah!
Yeah, that's it.
It seems that's our only option.
But how did we extend the strength of the palace? Like
Listen
what?
close, everyone. I have a plan for how we can carry this operation out.
All right. Man, this is wild.
Ever since the death of their teenage leader, the Phantom Thieves have fallen
Oh
silent.
no, Sojiro,
However,
I'm so
the police
sorry.
intend on continuing this investigation until the case is fully solved.
I'm sorry I'm late. I had to finish a few things at work. Where are they?
Waiting upstairs. Go tell them to come on down.
He seems.
I'm gonna fetch him.
Hey, he knows.
You're her sister, correct?
Makoto told me everything. Futaba-chan, I'm sorry that I caused you so much trouble this past summer.
Hey.
It's ancient history now.
Man, that goddamn detective.
Look who's here.
Hey!
Hey, you big bastard.
I'm sorry, man.
How have you been?
Tired. I mean, I died, so, but I got better.
You must be fine if you're joking around like that.
It truly is a relief to see your face.
I bet that moron Akechi don't even know we tricked him yet.
As long as Futaba's the only person with LeBlanc bugged.
Still, how'd you pull this off? Isn't this guy considered dead?
I am legally dead right now.
You weren't told anything? I heard my sister brought him here, though.
Yeah, she came over in a taxi, dumped him off, and told me to keep him safe. It was right after they announced he had died, too. Almost gave me a heart attack.
Here, have the corpse.
I didn't have time to explain.
Hey, shouldn't we tell boss what really happened?
Absolutely.
We wanted to make our enemy believe the leader of the Phantom Thieves was dead.
What?
What we did was make that enemy kill his fake in the metaverse.
Hold on a sec. Enemy? Fake? What are you talking about?
The true culprit behind all these incidents set us up. Our goal here was to determine their identity.
True culprit? I see. So you guys were going up against someone else.
This whole time.
It was Goro Akechi. You knew beforehand that he was the traitor, didn't you?
He messed up big time.
Akechi himself gave us the chance to strike back. He made one fatal mistake.
Couldn't you have just said from the beginning that Akechi was the real culprit?
No, not that
That
easy.
wasn't something we could simply bring up. We couldn't have you suspect Akechi. Besides, neither you nor the other investigators would have believed something like that, would you?
Nope. Needed to have her hear him say the
True.
words.
Akechi was credited with the arrest of the Phantom Thieves. Not even I would think he was the culprit. In other words, you left him alone on purpose. That was a bold move.
Phantom Thieves are all about bold strategies.
God, I can't keep up with any of this stuff.
Didn't you used to be some sort of government agent, Sodro?
So what was this mistake Akechi made? What did he do?
He talked
He
about
slipped up in regards
pancakes.
to Morgana's voice.
You mean our cat?
Well,
Yes, Morgana can talk.
Sorry, was that supposed to be a joke?
Oh, our apologies. That's completely true. You surprised?
Does that mean he said something just now as well?
But you don't
yeah.
understand him, do you? That's how it was for all of us at first, too.
When you're in the metaverse, Mona talks like a normal person. Once you hear that and your brain realizes he can actually talk, you start to understand him in reality.
That's a weird way of rationalizing it, but I guess
It's
I
a
can
change in
understand.
cognition, most likely.
Thanks to Akechi's lame acting, we figured out something was up.
When we talked to Akechi at the school festival, he was acting like he just realized Mona could talk. But we already saw him drop a mega hint about it way earlier.
Oh,
Pancakes.
I know a place. I want to go to that huge pancake-looking place we passed on the way here.
Oh, am I mistaken? I thought I heard something about delicious pancakes.
You did hear something about delicious pancakes, Akechi. From someone you shouldn't be able to understand.
Mona was the only one who was talking about a pancake.
Although it is weird that... No, wait. Does that mean Akechi had been following us since Kamoshida? No!
That meant Akechi'd already been in the metaverse by then.
But he would have had to have seen Mona talking to have that change in his cognition, wouldn't you? Wouldn't
And
have
since
he?
he was lying to us about that, we assumed he had a hidden motive behind contacting us.
It seemed odd upon further thought. His reaction to my pancake comment was an honest one, after all.
We got lucky.
That said, we weren't so naive to overlook something like that.
That's why we asked Futaba-chan to wiretap his phone.
I pretended to be interested in checking the phone out, but I was actually planting my app.
Hell yeah.
My heart
That's
was
my
pounding while I
sister.
was doing it, though.
Legally adopted.
Even that ace detective could never have imagined a program being installed so quickly. Futaba's quirky nature proved to be a great help.
It was just an act!
Oh, okay.
After a few days of listening, this confirmed his betrayal.
Then I'll guide the police into her palace and have them catch the Phantom Thieves in the act. That would be the only way to arrest them, given their methods. I'll deal with them after that. Let me see. We could say he stole the guard's gun and committed suicide during his imprisonment. How about that? Public security questioning will occur on the first day. And with that room, my task will be simple.
God damn.
Is this for real?
It's real, all right.
Yes, the guard will be one of ours. We'll have to eliminate him after to destroy the evidence, though.
So they planned to get rid of that guard from the beginning.
Yep.
Well then, I will make the arrangements the day after the arrest. And thus, the dangerous criminal responsible for the mass mental shutdowns shall end his own life. When he does, you will become a great hero who saved Japan from evil. As will I, of course.
Why will you? Oh, because he got
I
credit
knew he
for
was
arresting
acting
them.
strangely, but to think he was this far gone.
He's no ace detective. Akechi is the perpetrator behind the mental shutdown crimes.
On top of that, there's someone else commanding Akechi. Someone with great authority. So great that they can order an assassination in a police station.
Like, it's gotta be an upper echelon politician. Like, come on, someone with wealth and power.
That's why we had to make a move before they did.
I see.
We baited Akechi into Sis's palace, making him dispose of our leader's fake, but think he killed him.
Can you elaborate on that in more detail? What exactly happened in my cognitive world?
Well,
We're sorry for using you without your permission. Your palace had all the conditions we needed.
it was
What conditions?
huge.
First, we required a place inside the cognitive world that was the same as in reality.
That place is based on the real world after all. Anywhere that's not warped looks just like normal.
True.
And that's why nobody but the person who uses the nav even realizes they're in the metaverse.
Back with Kamoshida, we came in from the station without even noticing.
Oh, boy. That brings back memories for
You
sure.
totally can't tell the difference if there ain't any distortions around.
Yeah.
We had already investigated Nijima-san's palace when Makoto brought the suggestion to us.
I was seriously impressed by that suggestion. To be honest, I didn't quite understand it, but I went along with it.
Who's the amateur now? It was brilliant.
Yeah. It's good we have her heading up our operations.
Makoto is normally so calm as well, but once her mind is set, she gets oddly impulsive.
I did have a bit of a rivalry forming with Akechi. But I just couldn't contain myself anymore once you became a target, sis.
Yeah, she was gonna be after us.
The reason I joined the Phantom Thieves was to heal your heart, after all.
My own achievements were all that mattered to me. I was desperate. I wasn't myself at all.
Wait, so did we actually steal the treasure then?
I'm sorry I couldn't see that.
That goes for the both of us. We heard from Mako-chan that you were going to do the interrogation, Nijima-san.
And regarding its location, I take it you used the data from my laptop?
I'm sorry.
Go on.
There were two things we were able to confirm while we were checking the metaverse. First, our clothes didn't change when we were down in the interrogation room.
Oh.
Second, the scenery and details outside of the palace proper were the same as in the real world.
Once we heard that from Makoto, we secretly went to check it out without Akechi knowing.
Get fucked, Akechi.
There was also one more thing we absolutely needed to make this work. A perfect cognitive replica of him in the metaverse's interrogation room.
Since he had yet to be caught, though, there obviously wouldn't be anyone in that room.
Okay.
Once we saw the casino guests and police officers, we were convinced this would work. They looked no different from actual living people.
Yeah.
After that, we just had to work our way into the palace like usual, while keeping Akechi in the dark.
Shit, kept me in the dark. Well, no, I wasn't in the dark, I just forgot.
Everything went as planned up until we defeated Sis's shadow. However, it was then that we were met with a terrifying, unexpected police ambush.
Unexpected in quotation marks.
Even though we managed to grab the treasure, we couldn't get it out of the metaverse. Except that was all an act. We had prepared an empty briefcase beforehand and merely acted like we were taking the treasure. This was because we knew the police would be coming for us.
We made sure before the operation that the police would be waiting to ambush us. And just as expected, he totally took the bait.
Right, because he's never actually seen a treasure before.
Him getting captured by the police went exactly how we planned it.
And for once, we're a step ahead!
And I had been interrogating him with no knowledge of this.
Yep.
But how did you lure Akechi into this cognitive world's interrogation room?
All I needed were the coordinates.
Yeah. Oh? It seems like she used this laptop to remotely access the metaverse. Asking her about it now would drag the conversation on to... Okay, so Futaba threw them into the metaverse remotely using that phone's nav app?
Akechi disposed of the fake in the palace and left thinking he had been victorious. It must have been truly hilarious for our leader who sat idly in the real world's interrogation room.
Yeah, I'm just saying that, huh. I wonder if I can go yet.
Surely he was acting quite cocky by himself in that quiet chamber.
So that's why you gave me your phone. I only took it because of what you told me.
It's a shame I didn't have the opportunity to see that for myself.
Oh, it was hilarious. Look, I'm just glad I didn't die.
All I could do was try to handle all the messages that started coming to me on his phone.
Alibaba.
So in other words, I've been to the metaverse, albeit for a brief moment.
Yeah.
In our experience, there is little danger when someone enters their own palace for so short a time.
That's the other reason we had him give it to you. We needed you to listen to Alibaba, deceive the guard, and ultimately aid in his escape. By having you head back to the interrogation room, we could return you to the real world as well.
True.
I mean, I had to think of some way to keep you from running into Akechi mid-assassination.
Also true.
Huh. Astounding. I hadn't the slightest idea that such a grand operation was taking place within me.
I'm so glad he was able to persuade you during the interrogation. Even though we knew Akechi's plan, we were pretty worried about that part.
True.
Why is that?
Without Sis on our side, Futaba's plan and subsequent breakout would have never been possible.
True. If Sai didn't believe me and what I had been saying, she wouldn't have listened to Alibaba.
That persuasion
She wouldn't have taken the
was
phone.
easily our greatest gamble. We couldn't consult Sis beforehand. It was absolutely the make or break moment of the entire plan.
Still, I'm surprised you could convince me in such a short time. Were you confident you could do it?
Oh God, no, absolutely not. Don't remember.
Understandable.
Drugs.
Either way, I can't believe you
Why
went
is
for
there
such
still a
risky
purple
idea.
hippo?
If we could just tell you the true culprit's plan, I knew you'd realize the bigger picture. Realize that our leader was telling the truth, and that there was a greater evil to pursue.
As a result, we emerged victorious.
For now.
Then the reason you kept this a secret from me was so you could catch the true culprit, correct?
Yes. Plus, you had lost control of yourself at the time.
This is stunning. All I can really do is laugh.
It still doesn't feel real.
I've kind of figured out that you guys made Akechi kill a fake. But what did you do about the body?
The police never even checked it.
Huh?
They had a coroner working to ensure his death was reported as a suicide. That coroner didn't take one look at the scene and just passed along a falsified death certificate.
Yep.
The bad guys have that much influence?
Yep.
Murder in a police station would be reckless otherwise. We also knew of a possible conspirator.
Thanks to Futaba-chan's messages and the guard's demeanor, I eventually came to understand. And since the higher-ups at the police knew nothing of this, they were thrown into disarray. As a result, his suicide during imprisonment was reported on the news, just as Akechi planned.
And with that confusion, he was able to escape with Nijima-san's help.
I made sure nobody would check the morgue for his body, and thanks to that, nobody knows he survived.
For now.
Thinking back to the interrogation, though, I can't believe what they did to him. The callous use of violence and even drugs is utterly abnormal.
Yeah, Futaba, did you get that recorded?
If he had lost consciousness and hadn't been able to tell Sis about the phone, he would have died. I'm truly glad you made it back safe.
I don't remember much.
Don't. You shouldn't have to remember such things.
It still freaked me out when I saw the suicide on the news, though.
Yeah.
We made sure to live normal lives while he was being interrogated to avoid drawing any suspicion.
Like what,
Even
a
with
day and a
that,
half?
I couldn't help but worry for him in my heart.
Well, I knew right away that our plan worked out.
Yeah.
I wanted to believe, but considering what we were up against...
That's more realistic.
Ryuji's a bit on the dense and carefree side.
Nah, we got a rank 10 relationship. My bro has ultimate faith in me, and I got ultimate faith in my bro.
Can it, cat?
I had to be patient and avoid this place until things settled down. I finally feel relieved.
We knew he was alive, but it was difficult to not worry until we could confirm it in person.
Yeah, I get that.
Now that I think about it, my interrogation was just a formality for the head commander. What a joke, letting me interrogate someone who was meant to die. They just wanted to avoid backlash.
Yep.
Very well. From here forward, I will do my utmost to assist you.
Woo!
You saved me, after all.
That's
I
reassuring
mean,
to hear.
you saved me. We're even right now.
I'll do whatever I can to help too. Just let me know.
You got it, boss.
Let's take a break for now, though. This old brain is pooped.
Curry time?
Oh, and feel free to use the first floor when you guys want to get together to talk. You'll need a hideout where you can be safe. Just say the word, and I'll close shop early.
Are you sure?
This guy can't leave. Plus, you won't make much progress if people can hear you from downstairs. It's not like this place is the liveliest joint in town. It won't be a huge loss for me.
Sojiro's so cool. He's so cool.
Let us accept his offer. What a great man.
Boss is such a boss. Oh, damn. Spiteful Teme.
That sounds familiar.
It's me, Akechi.
Enter.
That's the death certificate of the principal offender, correct? Is there a problem with it?
No, nothing in particular. More importantly, you've done well with regard to the prosecutors.
The cause of death for the SIU director has been settled as a stroke.
He was old.
I had him work quite substantially on forging evidence. His loss should be mourned.
It was thanks to his efforts that I could enter the Phantom Thieves' interrogation room, too.
The SIU is in disarray with his death. I'll take my time choosing a successor after the elections.
Oh, of course.
At any rate, I'm now praised as a hero, and I owe it all to the Phantom Thieves.
Were you really just in this to have your praises sung?
All possible hindrances are now gone. There's no doubt that this election is mine.
God.
And on to our next story, the snap election for the House of Representatives. Discussion is swirling around potential nominees as the deadline for candidacy announcement nears. Candidates will announce on the 23rd of this month, while voting will be held on the 18th of next.
Okay.
Elections, huh? Don't matter to us. It's not like we can vote in them yet anyways.
Why don't we resume our conversation?
Well, the Phantom Thieves are back together. We can finally take it to Akechi and the bastard backing him.
Hell yeah.
You figured out who's behind all this?
Not yet.
Akechi accidentally let that slip after the murder.
Oh, so we did catch
He
that.
said, Shido-san.
Shido? Feels like I've heard that somewhere.
He is unmistakably a man of power if he has such strong connections to the police.
Hey guys, maybe we should pay attention to the election news real quick.
Shido? Could it be Masayoshi Shido?
Who? I believe he's a politician. Remember, Ryuji? You said his speech was too loud.
For real?
It's certainly possible that Shido is the mastermind.
Huh?
Do you have some kind of evidence?
I mean...
Nothing material. However, there are various conditions which align with that possibility.
Exactly.
First, he would profit from damage done to the current administration by the psychotic breakdowns.
Yep.
He's maintained a negative stance toward the Phantom Thieves and has gained tremendous popularity. On top of that, he'll most likely become the next Prime Minister if he wins this upcoming election.
It do line up good.
No.
Did he set us up with that election in mind?
Probably. I mean, that's what we got to go off of right now.
If he is behind all this, that would be in stark opposition to his honest public image.
Makes the most sense
So
then.
his current position and popularity is just him benefiting from the mental collapses.
We'll make him have a change of heart, no matter what it takes.
Yeah, we're not done yet.
Shido, huh?
Oh boy. Here we
I
go.
had a feeling he was wrapped up in all this.
That's the person that chased you out of your old government job,
Just
isn't
based
it?
on the connections I had from my previous job. I think the one who crushed Wakaba's research and confiscated her materials was probably Shido. From the moment Wakaba died, I had a hunch he was involved. But there wasn't anything I could do, so I chose to protect Futaba and went into hiding.
Why didn't you say that sooner?
Because you would have run off and tried to do
I
something.
would have definitely gone after him if I had.
Yeah, exactly.
He would have just killed all of you, no doubt. That's what he usually does.
Oh, we're having a stab. Oh no!
Originally, I was looking into the mental shutdown cases. It was then that I accidentally stumbled upon government research regarding the psychotic breakdowns. So I tracked down the whereabouts of that research data and met with the associated parties.
Yeah.
Boss was one of those parties.
Wait, what? I thought he was, what?
I would never have imagined all of this was connected. The mental shutdowns, psychotic breakdowns, Shido, and even the Phantom Thieves' actions.
Way back when, Shido kept saying he was going to be Prime Minister one day. Nobody believed him, though.
What in the evil Naruto is this, dude?
What's going to happen to this country if Shido becomes Prime Minister? What about the world?
I don't know if the world has to work. Let's not say that the world doesn't have to worry about one person coming into power when they're a bad person.
The issue is simpler than that. This is nothing more than yet another selfish adult trying to impose his will on the public.
Okay, you're not wrong. That's a little too simplified, but you are correct. Simplified, this is that.
We gotta expose that rotten bastard.
I would much rather just kill him, but...
Yeah, we'll do it like always.
Fine.
Then let's check the nav.
Masayoshi Shido, the guy running for Prime Minister. Got a hit! Well, duh. Ain't a surprise he has one.
Where would the location be?
All of Japan.
What kind of things go through a politician's head?
I'm not going to answer that.
I always think of dirty money and shady actions.
Thank you.
What does he do? And where? We don't got a clue about this guy's life.
He's a politician. There should be plenty of information about him online.
His palace must be somewhere that politicians frequent. Any ideas?
Cabinet, Diet, the Diet building.
We got a hit!
I know enough about Japanese culture and government to know that much.
How arrogant must he be to see himself as the ruler of the Diet building?
He's literally orchestrated a nationwide, metaversal subversion of the order of law in order to position himself as the king. Do you really have to ask how arrogant he is?
Our next target's the big shot politician Masayoshi Shido. We're gonna do this, right?
We have no choice but to do this.
Hell yeah! Nobody against it?
Of course.
He will be a worthy opponent.
Let's win this together.
Time for revenge.
Then it's unanimous.
All we gotta do now is figure out what he thinks that Diet building place is.
So that's the app that allowed me to enter the metaverse.
An old fart like me can't wrap his head around all of this stuff.
We'll have to deal with this before Election Day, December 18th. That means we need it
that's
done
the
by
new deadline.
17th.
It's best we hurry before they discover there's no body in the morgue.
Ooh, I wonder if that's a thing I have to worry
Should we start
about.
tomorrow then? We can meet at the Diet building after school.
That reminds me, what are you gonna do about school? You can't show up if you're supposed to be dead.
Did they publicize my identity or just a generic teenager?
Miss Kawakami said he went back home for family reasons.
Oh?
That's what I told the school.
Don't let him find out you're alive then, alright? This whole thing would be for nothing.
Oh.
What do you mean?
This operation had another purpose outside of escaping Akechi's clutches. Shido tried to place all the blame on the Phantom Thieves and deceive the public at the same time. He has ruined countless lives, and even made Goro Akechi, a student, assist him with assassinations.
I don't know if I don't know if made is the right word to use here.
A mere change of heart is too lenient a sentence for such an abominable criminal.
We'll be making use of the police statement that the leader of the Phantom Thieves committed suicide. Our leader, who is presumed dead, will come out of hiding to deliver a grand statement. He'll say he has escaped prison, not committed suicide, and was in fact almost killed by a criminal.
Everyone's gonna flip.
Yep.
You guys thought through all this stuff too?
Hey, look. Teenagers aren't dumb. Just because we're not some magical legal age limit doesn't mean our brains aren't functional.
We're intellectuals, you know.
That's why you
Bob
needed
Rose
such
got
a
my back.
daring trick as getting captured and appearing to be killed. What frightening teenagers.
But the true battle has only just begun. We won the first round, but we must stay on our toes.
Yeah, this ain't the time to be celebrating.
These people tried to trap and kill us. There is no end to their inhuman, conniving nature. We will need to be prepared for whatever may come our way.
I wonder what this is gonna do to the daily life.
I finally made it this far. It's already been 2.5 years since we met.
Back then, you earned the media's attention as a young politician who could rise up against bureaucracy. Because of that, those who wanted to preemptively deal with problems tried to tie you up in scandal.
To think I would fall for the ruse schemed by those decrepit fools in power. I recall that's when you came to me. You promoted yourself saying you had special powers.
Akechi's been able to go into the metaverse for 2.5, 3 years?
On cognition that I dabbled in, I would have thought you insane.
I made those troublesome opponents psychotic and erased any trace of that scandal.
Who'd think that tampering with a person's heart could trigger a psychotic lapse or mental shutdown?
Are you kidding me right now? If you fuck with someone's psyche, it's going to have repercussions.
And when someone like that said he'd support me, I had suspected there'd be an ulterior motive.
It's because I sympathized with your aspiring ideology.
And what happened to your justice, Akechi?
I believed that your ideals needed to be achieved for the sake of the country's future.
Yeah?
Well, my faith in you was precisely why I pulled the plug on that research. I only need you using that power. It'd be troublesome if someone else uncovered how it works.
Yep.
Wakaba Ishiki, was it? That researcher. She wouldn't have had to die if she just complied.
Akechi? Akechi. You're not about to tell me that you're the one that pulled the trigger on Wakaba. Because if you are, I don't know if you're going to come back from that, dude. It's been a real up and down, and I was willing to give you the benefit of the doubt that maybe you were being manipulated, or that maybe you needed to have your heart changed to fix this desire for violence in you. But if you're about to tell me that you 86'd Futaba's mother for funsies, we're gonna have problems.
Any suspicions should be snubbed out. Even the smallest doubt must be severed at the root. After all, we had an active public prosecutor's office director on our side until recently.
Astounding, isn't it? To think the director himself often forged evidence to secure his promotion. He was quite surprised when you confronted him about it. He didn't know who leaked that information.
Gee, I wonder who it was.
Well, I got that out of his shadow, so technically speaking, he did it himself.
This country's affairs have become stagnant. The political world is filled with old men who only act to preserve their own vested interests.
Wow. Stop the presses. I agree with Baldy McDickhead.
The general public has forsaken such political affairs and don't even bother. Only ruin awaits us.
I must agree.
There's no need to be ruined along with such incompetent fools. I will lead this country to its revival. Those who get in the way must be eliminated at times. That's the correct way to use the metaverse.
And that's where we stop agreeing.
Still, it would stand out if there were continuous deaths and scandals with your political rivals. Which is why I made them suspects. Prosecute the targets that I turned psychotic, and solve them as cases unrelated to you. And thus, the charismatic ace detective was born.
Jesus.
Thanks to your efforts, my clean image remains untarnished, and I've monopolized public opinion.
Bro, what is with this Saturday morning cartoon villain monologue?
Once I gained public sentiment, collaborators from all sectors began approaching me on their own. The police were no exception. With their management in my pocket, keeping them in check was easy.
Yeah, I figured all this. I just didn't know how to put it into
When the Phantom
words.
Thieves emerged, I thought things might become somewhat troublesome.
Bro.
And they were just brats once we looked into it. All we needed to do was lay the blame on them.
When you told me that, I knew then that you were the better man.
Oh, yeah?
Their popularity was a bit beyond my expectations. But flipping it made the negative press stronger. After that, all I had to do was openly berate them. I've been gaining more supporters since. The current administration is dead with ongoing scandals. Never mind the fact that they're my doing.
Jesus.
Even the government parties have begun splitting up, and they're dissolving just as planned.
Nothing could go wrong at this point.
The time has finally come. Just a little more, and I will take the seat of Prime Minister.
I will be Hokage!
However, inauguration isn't my goal. That's when everything truly begins. I'll make this country rich for the sake of its selfish and ignorant masses who can only rely on others.
What? Hold on, what the fuck kind of sentence is that? Selfish and ignorant masses who can... I hate this idea that you have to be strong alone to be worth anything, or to be relevant, or to be an actual privilege. The entire point of cities, civilizations, and society is that we are better when we combine our efforts and pool our resources for the sake of each other.
In other words, you're creating a powerful country that can compete with the world.
What?
The public resonates with my ideals and follows me.
Your ideals are false.
And for that, some sacrifices can't be avoided.
Oy vey.
That is my duty as the chosen one.
As the what? Bro, what the hell?
Your assistance has been very influential in making my plans proceed smoothly.
I want to know what drugs this dude has access to. Because the cognitive dissonance he's got, I don't even know if he's got a palace or if he's just fucking higher than 9 kites.
When I become Prime Minister, I'll grant whatever wish you want.
Sure.
With this most recent case, my name has become known across the country, perhaps even the world. Surely my story will be passed down as a hero who won against monsters that could control people's hearts. I believe I'll lay low and devote myself to my studies.
I suppose with your age, you wouldn't come up with debauched desires.
Not yet.
I am thinking about the future, though.
Oh, yeah?
Well, how do I put this?
It looks like things have finally settled down. Life's gonna get real busy for you starting tomorrow, right? Get some rest.
Well then.
Chief's right. Let's take it easy for today. Oh boy. That is 2 hours and 13 minutes, taking up to 14 minutes of recording.
I'll just add this.
I am going to save and start chopping this into episodes. Who knows? Maybe this is going to be the boss fight Friday, the big reveal Monday, and then more of the explanation, the Saturday morning cartoon villain shit next Wednesday. I don't know. We'll burn that bridge when we cross it. This is getting exciting! Woo!